everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Megan. We're back in my library today. I'm a high school librarian, and today we are going to do a rapid review. So I'd like to start doing these because I don't know about you, but I see reviews all the time for books that are 20 and 30 minutes long. I don't want to commit that kind of time to watching a review of a book that I don't know if I'm going to be interested in or not, especially depending on if the review is positive or negative. So I'd like to do these little rapid reviews, maybe about 5 minutes long, and just give you kind of my overall sort of pros and cons of a book and let you decide if you want to read it. But that way you don't have to watch a super long video, because that's what I've been looking for, are short reviews, and I can't seem to find them. So maybe I could at least provide that. So today we are reviewing Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I just finished this book and I highly recommend it. This is, it came out to be a 4-star for me on my rating system that I use. I would recommend it for fans of fantasy. It is an adult fantasy novel. If you like things like Game of Thrones, but you want it to be faster paced and you don't want to commit to a long series, this would be the perfect book for you. So there are dragons in this book. They talk, which is interesting. There's definitely more dragons than in Game of Thrones, but they still are not as prominent as I would like them to be. That is one thing that I think is kind of the downfall, is I would still want more dragons. It all builds up to, there's this really bad dragon called the Nameless One, and I feel like he needed more screen time, honestly. But there are good dragons as well. There's dragons in the east, dragons in the west. The people in the west don't like dragons and think that they're evil. The people in the west think that they're sort of like their gods, or sorry, in the east, what I say, I don't know. They think that they're like their gods. So the east and the west don't quite get along. But the Nameless One has been chained for 1,000 years, and he's about to awaken, so they have to stop him. And there are various characters. It switches back and forth between different points of view. So if you like that, you'll probably like this as well. There's a lot of female characters, female points of view. There's a female-female romance as well. But somebody said it's sort of like a female Game of Thrones, kind of. I don't know that I would say that exactly, but it is definitely faster paced than Game of Thrones. So the other great thing about this book is that it's a standalone fantasy novel. How many of those do you ever see? Usually you have to commit to a whole series. Yes, this is long, it's 800 pages, but you're done. You don't have 5 800-page books or more to read. So I do recommend giving it a shot. I also feel like the chapters are short and fast-paced. So you're never with one character for too long. There's not like a bunch of lengthy dialogue, because the plot's got to move like quick, because it's like a giant epic story in one book. So I do feel like the chapters don't get bogged down. I do feel like the plot is the one thing that really keeps this book going, more so than the characters. So if you are a very character-driven reader, you may not like this book as much. It is very plot-driven, and the plot is enough, though, to keep you intrigued, because there's so much happening just constantly. It's so fast-paced. I mean, like, so fast-paced compared to something like Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings. But because of that, the characters, like, you don't really care about them. Honestly, I didn't care really. Maybe there was like 1 or 2 characters I was like, okay, these are kind of cool, but really all the very main characters, I honestly didn't care, what happened to them. And so that is my very quick review of Priory of the Orange Tree. Definitely read it if you like fantasy. I definitely highly recommend. It is a fast-paced read. You really won't want to put it down, and it doesn't drag on. Like, I feel like Game of Thrones takes me forever to read. I keep comparing it to that because I feel like it's pretty similar, but it's it's lighter than Game of Thrones. Like, it's not as dark. It's not only is it faster, but it's definitely not as dark or anything as Game of Thrones. It's just kind of your regular fantasy novel. So, and it's well written. The writing style is good. It's not beautiful prose or anything like that, but it was fine. It was just enough to keep me going. And like I said, it got 4 stars for me. So I recommend that you check it out. Thanks for watching, and we will be back soon. Or well, I guess that's true. Me and the baby. There we go. Okay, there's 2 of us. We will be back soon with another video to do a rapid review, hopefully at least 1 a month. So see you guys then. Bye.